Hello there, everybody. My name is SHOUKD here today to celebrate 15,000 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. YouTube is a very big part of my life. I've almost been doing it for 5 years now. There's actually a question that asks when I started YouTube, and I'll talk a little more about that in a brief moment, but just from the amount of time I've spent on YouTube and invested into making videos, to be at 15,000 subscribers, it's incredible. That's probably like the average attendance to a lot of NHL games, for example. And NHL games, what are you talking about? I'm Canadian, okay? I gotta reference hockey every once in a while. But, no, just thank you all so much. For the first part of 2016, actually about the first half from January to June, I was stuck around 6,000 subscribers. So now to be here, like really ever since summer 2016, we've just been going uphill, and looks like we're not slowing down anytime soon. I'm very excited to see where we will be by the end of 2017, and yeah, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you just for the continuous support from everything that has happened. I know a lot of you came from Titanfall Legends as well, and I want to mention, I'm sure a lot of you know already, but I'm back with Titanfall Legends. It was a very turbulent week where I was gone, but I'm back, and there were some conspiracy theorists saying that Jax and I orchestrated this to create fake drama just as a publicity stunt. No, that's not the case. He actually did kick me, and I was very surprised when he asked me to come back, especially so soon. And I just want to quickly let you guys know, in case you didn't know, but yeah, I'm back with Titanfall Legends. With that said, that is going to have a very minimal effect on SHOUKD. The only big thing that'll be affected, I guess, is that Plays of the Week will be over on Titanfall Legends instead of coming to SHOUKD. But besides that, you can still absolutely expect lore videos, guides/tutorials here in Titanfall 2, funny moments in Titanfall 2, Battlefield, and Call of Duty, as well as doing the gameplay stuff, and just nothing's going to be affected really here on SHOUKD. There's a lot of content on the way. My PC is finally fixed. It was a lot faster than I thought it would be, so that's great. Have my PC back, and just expect a lot more videos, much more frequently here on SHOUKD, and then over on Titanfall Legends, I'll be doing a couple of videos a week. But now with all that update nonsense out of the way, we're going to be getting into the Q&A. I did receive a lot of questions this time. I actually recorded a version of this originally, including pretty much every question, and it was well over an hour long, and that is just a bit too much, so I have cut down on the questions a decent bit, so my apologies if you did not get in this time. But now let's start it off with the first question from Elijah Johnson. What do you think about the PC market? Do you think I should buy the game on the PC? Yes, I really do. I will admit that the population on PC compared to the consoles is quite a bit lower. I would say probably about a fourth the size compared to the PS4 and Xbox One. The population, especially on weeknights, can get as low as a couple thousand, but it's usually better than that. I've been seeing numbers around 5,000 pretty often recently, and it's really good on the PC. Actually, I do prefer to play it on the PC, but I have been playing more on the console just so I can play with you guys more often, play with a bigger variety of you guys, as well as there just is a bigger player base on the PS4 and Xbox One. So, yes, if PC is your only option, then absolutely get it. But if you do have the option, maybe get it on a console. But it's still fantastic on the PC, and you will absolutely be able to find matches without that big of a problem. Up next, we have Nitron Ninja. Are you thinking about getting a squad of people to do videos with and play different games with? This is something that I have hoped and dreamt about. Hasn't happened, as it is actually a lot harder in practice to find a good group of people that create content regularly, that have similar comedic tastes, as I definitely want to have a group of funny people to play with, and also are able to meet up with your schedule. It's a really hard thing, so I would love to get a squad of other YouTubers to play with. I'm planning on starting a 1v1 series very soon where I play against various Titanfall YouTubers or streamers, and so that actually should be starting within the next week or so. Look out for that. But back to your question, I would love to, and I'll definitely try more in 2017. As the channel grows, I think it'll open more doors to other channels that are maybe a bit bigger, to possibly collaborating, but it would be great if I could. Thank you for the question. Powerboy Gaming 2-1. Do you reckon that Frontier Defense should return? I really did like Frontier Defense in Titanfall 1. If you're unacquainted with the game mode, it was just a wave-based mode where you played against AI enemies, and I mean that's a kind of basic description of it, but that's the general idea. At times I felt like it was a little bare bones is how I could describe it. There wasn't like a lot of soul in it, I don't personally think. I don't know how they would address that, but I think they will bring it back at some point, Respawn. And maybe a bit of a different variation of it though, but I do suspect we will see something come back very soon. Dark Spartan 405, besides Titanfall, what other games do you like? Well, I grew up playing platformers such as Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet & Clank. Actually, recently I've been playing a lot of Ratchet & Clank for the PS4, the most recent release that came out last year, and it's a lot of fun. But with that said, nowadays, I'm mostly into FPS games such as Titanfall and Titanfall 2, as well as Battlefield. I've been playing a bit more Battlefield 1 recently, Modern Warfare Remastered, and that's kind of really all I'm playing right now. I'm playing some Mario Run a decent bit on the iPhone, but it's mostly first-person shooters. That's kind of all that I've been interested in recently. Edith Aribino, will you do a Draw My Life? I would actually love to, and thank you for asking about that. I have thought about doing one for a while, still haven't gotten around to it, but because of your question, I think I'll try to make something happen at some point in the near future. Probably not in the next couple months, but maybe sometime here in the first half of 2017. I actually do have quite a few artistic friends, so maybe I could get one of them to help me put the video together, because I'm not that good of an artiste of any sort in terms of drawing or painting or anything like that at all, so maybe if I can talk to one of my friends and put that together. But yeah, I would like to, so maybe sometime, as I said, in the near future. XX Delta Gaming, XX's Vlogs and Gaming. Are you a bird? So I don't know who you think you are, XX Delta Gaming's XX Vlogs and Gaming, but you can't just ask a man if he's a bird. I've known several birds in my lifetime, and they wouldn't respect somebody like you coming around in the YouTube comments if they're a bird! That's what I had for the joke. I don't know if that was funny or not. That just hurt my throat a lot. Zachary Slater, what's your thoughts on Donald Trump? I know, weird question, but I don't care. He's a bit of a character, a bit of a silly guy who, personally, in my opinion, didn't, or at least I theorized that he didn't actually believe he would become the president-elect and, well, president in just 2 short days from now. It's wild, it's crazy. I don't really want to get into his actual policies and specifics, as I'm a pretty moderate person when it comes to politics. I usually like to consider both sides of the argument, or just multiple viewpoints. But he's a bit of a character, is all I'll say for Donald Trump. I usually don't like to talk too much about politics on the channel here. I just feel like I need to add that seemed a little over the top jolly. That's not what I intended it to be. Anyways, we're gonna stop talking about this before I get more dislikes. Big Microman, Gerdude, tell us about your name. I think it's quite interesting, especially for Germans. Well, okay, so the reason he's saying that is because if you switch J and D, so if it's Der Jude, just as what he's referencing, that means the Jew, I believe, in German. And there's no connection to the Jewish people with my name. I don't have a problem with the Jews. I think they're great people. But anyways, just my name is Jeremy in real life, so that's where I got the Jer from, and I am a dude. So I put them together. It's a very basic name. Not that hard to conjure up, but that's what I came up with, and that's what I've stuck with. So yeah, that's where my name came from. Samuel Henderson, what's your game of the year? Well, cliche answer, I'm sure you all expected Titanfall 2. It actually is one of the best FPS games I've played in a very long time. I have not been this addicted, I guess, to a video game in a decent period. I love it. Titanfall 2 is a very, very good game, and it's definitely kept my interest longer than Titanfall 1. Well, you can definitely make some arguments against what game is better in certain regards. Just because Titanfall 2 has more content, it really has kept me playing the game more often, at least compared at this point into Titanfall 1's life cycle. Yeah, it's got to be Titanfall 2 without a doubt. But I also did love Battlefield this year, and Clash Royale is another game I played a lot of. Actually, I had to stop playing. Back in August, I kind of quit because it was like, I'm putting way too much time into this game. So after I hit 3,000 trophies, I dropped that, but I mean, I guess that's my answer. I also really like Uncharted 4. A couple friends of mine have it, and I've played it at their houses a couple times, and really love that. Zachary Slater, who is your favorite band? It is Coldplay. I don't actually listen to a lot of bands, but yeah, so I mean, some of you are going to probably think, well, Coldplay, what kind of a soft son of a gun is this guy? I also do like other bands such as Tool, on kind of the opposite side of the spectrum. I'm listening to a lot of Tears for Fears, a classic 80s and 90s duo, I believe, and they've got some absolutely fantastic tracks. But yeah, it's gotta be Coldplay though, is number one. Mystery Matt, do you like Titanfall 2 more than Titanfall 1? Well, I guess I kind of briefly referenced that, but I really don't have an answer. Titanfall 2 has kept me, and I think it will keep a lot of people more interested in the long term. It definitely has better longevity. However, Titanfall 1, it was just, I feel like it was almost the perfect game. It just needed more to it in terms of content, and that was always the biggest concern I had with it. But then Titanfall 2, I'm still loving it a lot, and I haven't actually played Titanfall 1 since the second one came out, and I might actually return pretty soon here, but I don't have an answer for you. I think we're still too early into Titanfall 2's life cycle to actually make a definitive decision, but they're both great games, that's all I can say for now. Dylan Pern, are you drunk when you record videos? No, I have never had a sip of alcohol. I don't have a problem with it, but, well, with that, I don't have a problem with alcohol itself. To get a little personal, in my family, there's a bit of a history of alcoholism, so I've decided, well, I'm just not gonna touch it, and that's kind of the end of it. So no, I've never been drunk, and I've never had a sip of alcohol, actually. Don't plan to, ever. And the reason he's referencing this, I assume, is he probably watched a couple of my funny moments videos, as I do kind of slur my words, and I have some weird connotation. I think it's just a mixture of being tired as well as trying to be silly, and that's why I do sound a little bit intoxicated during those videos, but I promise you, no, I'm not drunk. Matthew Ublade, what is your favorite drink? That would have to be lemonade. I don't have it that often, so I think that contributes to me not getting sick of it, but I really do love a cold glass of lemonade, specifically Simply Lemonade. If I could get sponsored by them eventually, that would be fantastic. Dark Spartan 405, do you have any pets? If so, what are their names, and what are they? Yes, we have 2 cats. We actually just got one a few days ago, our second one. His name is Peanut, he is a dude, and then we have Nigel, who we just recently found out is a girl. Actually, very shortly after we got Peanut. A bit of a conundrum. I don't know how we didn't notice that Nigel is actually a girl and not a boy. We're stupid. But yeah, we have 2 cats. They're a couple of cuties. They're both about the same age. They're both about 6 months old, I believe. And they're great. Jen's Fleur Crackers, Gerdude, on what console do you play? If you play on PlayStation 4, then give me your username, because I really want to play with you. I also did notice that there was quite a few questions about my username, so I'll just let you guys know it is Gerdude0711. That is Gerdude0711 on any platform, whether it's Origin, PlayStation Network, or an Xbox Live. Just send me a request there, and we can definitely play together. DRB Nexi, when did you start YouTube, and why? Well, as I did mention at the beginning of this video, we are coming up on my 5-year anniversary, which that's really weird to say out loud, but yes, I started on January 27th, 2012, and I guess the reason I started was just because I was a very bored dude. I mean, I hung out with friends and did school, but I just wanted to have something else to do, I guess, and at this point, I had really been getting into YouTube in the previous year, and I thought, hey, I like these YouTubers. It was mostly Call of Duty people and Minecraft commentators I was watching at the time, because that was what was dominant during that era. I could do this. Let me make a video, and let me make more videos. And that's kind of what I just stuck with. It's not that exciting. I didn't have like a specific person that I said, I want to be like him. No, it was just, YouTube seems like a pretty cool thing to do, and I think I could do it. Now, I did start while my voice was still very high pitch, and so you'll actually see I'm putting together a montage of my favorite videos throughout the years on YouTube I've spent, and that'll be out on my 5-year anniversary once again on January 27th. Krusty Boy, why does your voice sound like a god? This is not my voice. Beep, 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 boop. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is I don't know where the joke was. That's what I tried to do. I don't know. I have a bit of a theory that because I did start when my voice was still changing, that somehow that influenced the quality of my voice. I don't know. But anyways, I will thank you for the compliment. Yeah. Josh Overby. Lamo, what's the most awkward situation you have ever been in? I, up to recently, have always tried to rid my memory of awkward situations just out of shame, but recently I've decided, hey, I can talk about these in YouTube videos, and then I can make them into little comedy bits, so let me try to remember anything awkward that happens. So with that said, I do have a fairly recent event that happened about a month ago at this point. I was sitting on a bus, and I was playing Mario Run. I believe it had just come out, and then this girl that was sitting next to me was trying to get my attention. I kind of noticed someone out of the corner of my eye, but I was just so engrossed in playing Mario Run that I didn't really look over, but then I eventually did. I also had headphones in at the time. As well, and then once I looked at her, she said, "Hey, I like your hat." I believe I was wearing a pink Hotline Bling hat, and I responded with a thanks, and that was it. I then proceeded to kind of slowly look back at my phone. I started playing Mario Run again. Then her friend that's sitting beside her jumps in and says, "Hey, I would like to get a hat like that." Then I looked back over and said, "Yeah?" And that was it. So I don't know why I couldn't think of anything to say. They were very pretty girls, I should mention that. I don't know if I was nervous or what happened. Maybe I was just too distracted by Mario Run, but that was a real situation where I thought back towards and I was like, that was awful. Come on. Seth Witten, what will you do after school, Dude? It's a very uncertain time for me. I think I might have a couple like decent jobs lined up that I could probably do for a while in terms of building a career, but I don't want to really do that because I love making content with YouTube and also music stuff and Twitch. I want to do this, but I can't afford really at all to support myself and sustain myself financially with YouTube. That's fine. So I may pick up a part-time job. I am still living with my family. I would like to move out, maybe try to move in with a couple friends or something, but I'm just not really sure what's happening quite yet. I'm getting pretty close to being done with school, which I'm very excited for in itself, but it's also kind of an uncertain and scary time, so we'll have to see. Colonel Dingus, Q&A question. Why? I couldn't tell you, even if you paid me $15. That's stupid. It's really stupid. Take that one out. Gollum Master 213. If you were a pilot in real life, what faction would you work for and why? I've got to say the M Corps, the good old Marauder Corps, because Barker seems like a real friendly guy. Definitely has some problems, mostly with the drinking, but I think he would be nice and easy to get along with, so yeah, I go hang out with Barker at the M Corps for sure. Decode stuff. When will you stream again? I love being your mod on Twitch. Yes, Twitch is something that I did for a while, but haven't for the last couple of months. I am very excited to announce, though, that I will be coming back next week on Wednesday the 25th, just for one stream. I don't know what the exact time will be quite yet. I will be sure to let you guys know in a video prior. But yeah, so in 1 week from today, I'll do a live stream. Then starting in February, I'm going to put together a more concrete schedule. And I am probably going to be doing 2 days a week. I think 1 weekday, 1 weekend day. But with that said, the live streams are going to be about 3 to 4 hours instead of an hour to an hour and a half like they were while I was live streaming back in November and before then. So very soon, but once again, I will have a live stream coming up on January 25th. Default Gaming, AK, what video editing software do you use, as I am trying to start a channel and need an editing software? Well, if you're just starting, I would recommend VideoPad Video Editor. That's actually what I used to make my last video, and it's what I used for the first 2.5 years. Yeah, 2.5 years of my time on YouTube. It's very cheap, very easy to learn, so I recommend that. But currently, and for the last 2.5 years, I've been using Sony Vegas. It's also very good as well. It does take a little more learning, but I do like it a lot. I have considered moving on to Adobe Premiere Pro. maybe eventually, but for now I'm just so used to Sony Vegas, I'm sticking with this. And but yeah, I mean, both are good, but if you're just getting into it, I would recommend VideoPad Video Editor. We are coming to a close with this Q&A. We have a couple questions that are the same from Trey Melendez 55 as well as XY Pod, and they both ask if I can be their friend or their best friend. Absolutely. But then thank you for it says love your videos, by the way. Thank you, Xpod. But then Trey says, real question, is Titanfall 2 the best game ever? No, it's not. There's some issues with it. The balancing, the meta game needs to be adjusted. But it's still a very solid game. As I said, it was my favorite game of 2016. And it's definitely going to be up there. When I'm 80 years old, I'm sure I'll think back to Titanfall, if I can remember anything by that point, and I'll say, I used to love the Titans. And then finally, we are wrapping up. 3 different people asked the same question. Are you a virgin? Alright, I'm coming on over, gonna kill you with my grenade. Alright, I'm coming on over, gonna kill you all day. Mama, I'm on the television! Well, everyone, that is the Q&A. A little longer than I had planned, but definitely a lot shorter than the original recording of this. I do appreciate all the questions, as always. Thank you so much. I will be sure to do another one next month, as I'm trying to make this a monthly ordeal here with the Q&As. And once again, thank you so much for 15,000 subscribers. Look forward very soon. I already have videos planned for the next couple of days for sure, and Titanfall Legends uploading 2 videos a week over there. There's a lot of content on the way, a lot of great stuff I have planned, and I promise you, I know I've thrown out some promises before that have not been fulfilled. This time, I will be completely following through, and just look out. As always, my name is SHOUKD. Have yourself an absolutely fantastic day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Goodbye.